High Court, Court of Appeal, members of the Judicial Service Commission, newly appointed judges, senior counsel, family members, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to be the first to congratulate all of you on your well-deserved elevation to the esteemed position of Judge of the Republic of Kenya and the most important place of our advocate as senior counsels in the Republic of Kenya. As you step into national service to advance the interests and well-being of our people, it is essential that I emphasize the immense responsibilities bestowed upon you and the magnitude of public expectation for you to contribute positively to freedom, democracy, social justice, and progress in our nation. I am confident that you are highly accomplished advocates with excellent grasp of the law and especially our Constitution. I therefore call to your attention certain important provisions of our fundamental law, not to educate or remind you, but to underscore the magnitude of the judicial mandate in fulfilling the collective aspirations of our people and our broader development agenda. While the constitutional separation of powers delineates functional boundaries between arms of government, it is crucial to understand that ultimately we all are servants of the people entrusted with public responsibility for their benefit. At this juncture in our nation's institutional evolution, it is clear where the boundaries of our respective mandates lie. It is time to utilize our capacities and resources to establish collaborative frameworks on issues where we can align and advance the national interest without sacrificing our constitutional autonomy. I believe, and I know from humble precedents, that it is possible for us to engage in progressive conversation and find consensus on ways and means of enabling one another to serve the people better. As the executive, we have a strong interest in an effective and efficient judiciary because our nation's economy and security and the people's rights and freedom depend on it. For this reason, we shall not hesitate to make our contribution to the enhancement of the judiciary's capacity to deliver justice in every part of Kenya, especially through support for infrastructure and other development requirements of our judiciary. To support these efforts, we have increased our budgetary allocation to sectors combating corruption and promoting justice and accountability since 2022-2023 financial year, from Kenya shillings 87 billion to Kenya shillings 108 billion in the current financial year. Some of these resources contribute to the judiciary's infrastructure development, including construction of courts, staff recruitment, and capacity building for law enforcement agencies. I am happy that the establishment of small claims courts across the country has brought justice closer to the people and resulted in a significant increase in the number of resolved cases. I commend the Chief Justice for this initiative. When he said it's going to be bottom-up justice, I think it has truly become. Our bottom-up economic transformation agenda acknowledges the critical role of governance institutions and, in particular, the place of a strong and effective judiciary in Kenya's progress and inclusive prosperity. An independent judiciary an effective executive, a progressive legislature, an open civil society, and a vigilant media are not mutually exclusive. Instead, they share a mandate to serve the people and should facilitate each other's efforts. This synergy extends to accountability and transparency as exemplified by the operationalization of the Public Benefits Organization Act of 2013, which was operationalized last week. By unifying regulations and promoting participatory governance, we aim to increase accountability and transparency across all arms of government. Ultimately, we will be judged not by how well we serve the strong and influential, but how well we support and protect the weak, the poor, and the vulnerable. Let us strive to appreciate and support each other's work without compromising constitutional principles. Ultimately, our collective legacy will not be evaluated by how stubborn, combative, or disagreeable we were, but by our contribution to improving the lives of our people and advancing our nation towards prosperity. We are, as we all know, a proudly democratic nation where the people make the final call and elect their leaders as anchored in the rule of law and constitutionalism. As a nation, we subscribe to the principles of checks and balances as established by our Constitution. I encourage you to commit yourselves to serving the people with integrity and professionalism and to reject corruption in all its manifestations. Without integrity, the credibility of our judiciary, or indeed any other institution, as well as public institutions, is severely questioned. Corruption, even the slightest hint of it, irreversibly compromises the authority and effectiveness of our courts and all our institutions. To accord Kenyans the full promise of our Constitution, each one of you must remain alive to Articles 10 and 159 of the Constitution, as well as the solemn oath you have taken today. Your devotion to these mandates and undertakings and your commitment to diligently serve the people of Kenya and to do justice to them without fear, favor, bias, affection, ill will, prejudice, or any political, religious, or other influence, as I heard each and every one of you say, will make the difference between progress and failure, freedom and tyranny, and prosperity and destitution for the people of our beloved nation. Judges, ladies and gentlemen, and my good friends, advocates, I wish you success as you embark on serving the people of Kenya. May their yearnings for freedom and justice inspire you to give your best every day. Thank you very much. May God bless you, and may God bless our great country, Kenya. Asanteni sana.
Let us all rise to finish with the national anthem.